Hold on to your textbooks, folks, because things are about to get wild in Washington. Donald Trump, the man who once body-slammed his way into the WWE Hall of Fame, has tapped none other than Linda McMahon to be the next education secretary. Yes, you heard that right. The former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, a woman who built an empire on pile drivers and steel cage matches, could soon be calling the shots for America's schools. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this the plot of a really bad sitcom? Trust me, I'm asking myself the same question. But whether you're thrilled or terrified, one thing's for sure. This nomination is pure Trump. It's bold, it's unexpected, and it's guaranteed to leave the pundits scratching their heads. So, buckle up, America. This is going to be one heck of a ride. We're talking about a woman who knows how to handle herself in a no-holds-barred environment, and she's about to step into one of the most contentious battlegrounds in American politics. Will she be a champion for education reform, or will this be the biggest smackdown of all? Only time will tell. Linda McMahon isn't just some wrestling promoter who stumbled into Trump's inner circle. This woman is a force of nature who, alongside her husband Vince, built WWE from a small regional operation into a global entertainment juggernaut. We're talking WrestleMania, folks. We're talking Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. These are household names, and Linda McMahon was a driving force behind their success. But her story doesn't end there. After conquering the world of wrestling, McMahon set her sights on the political arena. She ran twice for the U.S. Senate in Connecticut, pouring millions of her own dollars into campaigns that, while ultimately unsuccessful, showcased her tenacity and willingness to fight for what she believes in. And let's not forget her stint as the head of the Small Business Administration under Trump, where she championed entrepreneurship and small business growth. So while her resume might not scream traditional educator, there's no denying Linda McMahon's experience leading large organizations, managing budgets, and navigating the treacherous waters of politics. Whether those skills will translate to the Department of Education remains to be seen. As you can imagine, the reactions to McMahon's nomination have been about as subtle as a stone-cold stunner. Trump supporters are praising her business acumen and leadership skills, arguing that she'll bring a much-needed dose of common sense to a bureaucracy they see as bloated and inefficient. They point to her success in the private sector and her commitment to conservative values as evidence that she's the right woman for the job. On the other side of the ring, critics are practically throwing folding chairs. They argue that McMahon lacks the experience and expertise to lead a department as complex and important as education. They point to her lack of a background in education policy, her previous support for deep cuts to the Department of Education's budget, and her ties to the for-profit college industry as reasons for serious concern. The battle lines are drawn, folks, and this is shaping up to be one of the most contentious confirmation hearings in recent memory. Get ready for a political showdown worthy of WrestleMania itself, complete with grandstanding, name-calling, and maybe even a few low blows. If Linda McMahon does manage to survive the confirmation process, the future of American education could look very different. Her supporters envision a leaner, more efficient Department of Education, with a focus on school choice, vocational training, and deregulation. They believe her business background will bring a much-needed dose of accountability to the system, empowering parents and students while reducing the influence of teachers' unions. Her critics, however, fear a dismantling of public education as we know it. They worry that her focus on privatization and school choice will come at the expense of underprivileged students and exacerbate existing inequalities in the system. They also fear that her lack of experience in education policy could lead to disastrous consequences for students and educators alike. The stakes are high, folks. The future of American education hangs in the balance, and it's unclear what a McMahon-led Department of Education would mean for the millions of students, teachers, and parents across the country. One thing is certain. The next few months will be crucial in determining the direction of American education for years to come.